looking like Bazooka Joe. Yo, Bill. Yo, Bill, listen, man. When big time people like you come on here, I'm not sure if you actually show up. So I start my storytelling.
I was like, they don't know nothing about B-Dub.
Hey, yo, come on, man. Hey, yo, Bill, you ever met Barry White?
My man he was mad cool, you know. He was very, very smooth. He had the deep voice that was crazy, like when he talked to you regularly.
But you met him, he had the deep voice too.
Opened up for him, and it was, I think it might have been the Hollywood Bowl. Yep. And I was coming up in the game, and I was like, yo, this is Barry White. My mom was bananas over Barry White.
You know my favorite artist, even over Michael Jackson.
What?
And this is hard to say. My favorite artist is Luther Vandross.
I didn't see that coming, but I know why.
And
I know. Yeah.
No, he's my favorite. And so last night we had people over the crib and we was eating dinner. And then my stylist, Terrellish, started telling me how he worked in the building, in the penthouse of a building, and Luther Vandross lived in the building. And he would get on the elevator almost every day, and Luther get on the elevator. He said, all Versace, Gucci. Yo, bro, I wanted to cry. I'm not even gonna lie to you. My dream was to meet Luther so bad that when he was telling me the story, I wanted to cry.
You never met Luther,
I couldn't
man.
take
I'm gonna
it,
tell you, bro. I met Luther several times, but when he was doing the tour, with In Vogue. I was on MTV at the time, and he was brilliant. Like, he had all these different suits, the ones with the glitter joints. He had the yellow, the lime. You know, Luther was really fly, right? But I got the funniest, like, black vampire story about Luther Vandross, right? So I was at MTV.
Oh, I got to hear this, Bill.
You know he lived in a penthouse right off of Fifth Avenue somewhere. So,
yes, sir.
This is true story. So I'm literally coming out of FAO Schwartz. You know where that's at, right? You know what I'm talking about? We was filming like a
Fifth Avenue, FAO Schwartz, by the Apple Store.
You got me.
Bird off, all that.
Okay, you right where I'm at. So I finished work. This is when we used to have Communicar. Remember Communicar? Remember, like, in New York, they sent a car for you, but it was Communicar. You had to have a voucher. So when I was working for MTV, they would get us cars, but we always had to have a voucher. So I'm standing on the corner, right on that corner where F.A. Schwartz is, and I'm looking up because the one way is going downtown. You with me? Out of nowhere, this big white limo goes across Fifth Avenue, hits the brakes, and backs up. And Luther Vandross jumps out the limo with a black mink on. In slow motion, he opened it like this. Whoosh. He
knew that was you?
Are you okay? Is everything good? I thought he was Dracula, right? I was like, yo, whatever this dude.
Cause he had known you, and he saw you on the block by himself.
And out of nowhere, he had on he
lived right there. We can't hear you. Yo, we can't hear you. Yeah, that's funny watching him laugh. Yo, Bill, we can't hear you. Can you hear me? Can y'all hear us? I hear you now. We didn't catch that last part. We didn't catch that last part. You was laughing to yourself, but we couldn't hear you.
Like, when Luther came out, he was really looking out for me. You know what I'm saying? He was like, yo, you look lost.
Yeah.
Yo, but the way
But he
it
did
came
some
out the
old
car, I ain't never
Dracula
seen
shit.
nobody with a mink coat in the daytime. Usually that's like night, you fly. But Luther was fly. He jumped out the joint with the all black joint. He was on some Fat Joe shit, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, no bullshit. I'm on some Luther shit. Well, we all on some Barry White shit for the big boys. You know what's crazy is one time Miss Patti LaBelle told me a story. She said she used to see Luther go visit him in his house in Connecticut, and that he would host people inside his closet. So he had a closet full of sequins, jackets, fly shit. So she said they would literally watch TV in the closet and fucking look at shit. And so I built me a sneaker closet because I collect sneakers where I could put my seats in the middle of the closet and like somebody come talk. You know, we can watch TV in the closet, listen to music.
Really on your Luther though.
Yeah, I love Luther on a different. Shout out to the living legend. Melba Moore's on here. Melba Moore know what time it is with social media. Let me ask you a question. Who's somebody you met, and I know you met MJ, so that might be easy. But who's somebody you met that you like lost your cool, that you was like starstruck, that you was like, yo, I can't believe I'm with this person?
Wow, it's two of them. Well, you know, it's Michael Jackson and it's Michael Jordan. The one time that really blew my mind was when I met Michael Jackson. I never thought I would meet Michael Jackson, let alone interview Michael Jackson. So that was like mind blowing. So sitting there.
I can't hear you, Bill. Yo, Bill, they blowing up your phone so that we can't hear you once they do that. Bill Bellamy going through the motions. We're going to hear good Michael Jackson stories. So Bill Bellamy got stories like that.
So get this, right? So Mike.
Now everybody want to call you when you're on the live. They really want you to get upset and be like, yo, KT, stop blowing up my phone. Yo, Candy, stop it. No shout outs, Bill. No shout outs. You know what they working for. So MJ.
Michael Jackson, right? So this was when Michael was dropping that History album, you know what I'm saying, where he did the video with his sister Scream. So Mike was on a comeback trail. He was doing his thing, and he was like, "Yo, I want Bill Bellamy to interview." I was like, "Oh my God, bro! Like I never seen this amount of security in my life, bro. On everything, bro. I never seen nobody roll up. I thought."
You know what happens, Bill, is the bigger the celebrity, they pick. Like recently, shout out my sister Angie Martinez. I just seen her first podcast. She just did it with Laura London, which is incredible. All the women, you need to go see that interview. But I feel like Laura London picked Angie Martinez because she felt comfortable with her. She said it like, yo, everybody been trying to interview me, but I'm comfortable with you. So I feel like MJ, knew you and was like, yo, I'm comfortable with Bill Bellamy. I know he ain't gonna be trying to jam me up or nothing like that. So he shows up with mad security.
Bro, I don't know if you ever got a chance to be around Mike. You wasn't really getting close to Mike unless Mike was saying it was okay. It was like he was rolling up like a diplomat, right? It was like 20 deep. It was everybody with the little microphones in their ears and little black jackets, men in black hats, pat down joint. You know what I'm saying? They making sure, hey, Mr. Bellamy, turn around. Oh,
like that?
I was like,
yo, let me tell you something. I got a friend. I'm gonna say his name. He'll laugh at it, but my brother Guy 5001, that they be styling everybody. They be doing the clothes for me. Biggie, Khaled, everybody. He told me a story, right, where he got asked by Rodney Jerkins to go downtown in Manhattan to dress Mike up. MJ wanted some suits or something. So he tells me he grabbed Poppy. He got Poppy that worked for him for 1,000,000 years. So he says, yo, Poppy, we going to fit somebody, but you can't bug out. You can't get nervous. You gotta hold. So Poppy's like, who? He's like a big guy, right? So then Poppy's like, who? Like Michael Jordan? He said, no, bigger than him. And so Poppy was like, what? He was like, so he told him, yo, Michael Jackson, but you gotta keep your cool. So they get to the studio, right. Michael ain't there yet, right? Rodney Jerk is there. So they waiting. So Guy, my man Guy tells me he went to use the restroom, right? And he said while he's in the restroom about to take a piss, he's taking a piss. Big security walk in the door, boom, check everything, and says you can come in. And Michael Jackson walks in the bathroom. Hey, how you doing? To use the bathroom. My man Guy told me he pissed on himself. He pissed on himself. Then he said he went back in the studio, and Poppy was like, yo, I think Michael Jackson's here. He was like, no, Poppy, we gotta go. We gotta go. He was embarrassed because he had pissed all over his stuff. He wanted to get the fuck out of there. He never got to meet Michael Jackson. Yo, I mean, I can get it. I get it why people would freak out with MJ. Me personally, this is gonna sound weird to people, but my idol was LL Cool J. To this day, whenever I hang out with LL, we're family. You hear me? Like, forget it. LL would consider me family. And every time I get next to him and talk to him, I feel like a little starstruck.
Well, you gotta understand. You know what I'm saying? He's a New York cat. You came up in the game together, and he definitely is a pioneer in the game. And it's funny, you know, whenever I hang out with Todd, I can't believe it either because it's like, yo, we came up in the game together, and I remember him, you know, before I knew him with the Kango, you know what I'm saying? Ladies love LL Cool J, word is born. You know, he licking his lips like, I didn't even know you can lick your lips back then. He was like, you know what I mean? Yo, man, I mean, I was like, yo.
You wanna know what's crazy? And we'll get into the podcast stuff and all that, but they just dropped one of the illest documentaries on Supreme Team. And Supreme Team is a legendary street crew in New York City. And so Nas dropped it. When I tell you this was amazing, but I'm gonna tell you what's the most amazing part, because it was a three-part series. The most amazing part of the Supreme Team documentary was in New York City. We got certain pictures, like photos, that capture a moment of time. Don't like to big him up, but you know he's dead now. The guy Alpo, he took a picture in this legendary Dapper Dan Louis Vuitton jacket. Nicky Barnes, another guy who ran it. He was on the cover of Time magazine. Frank Lucas, another guy who ran it. This is crazy. He had the chinchilla with his girl. But I'm saying, these are iconic New York City pictures. Well, the Supreme Team, at one time, they were celebrating Supreme and Prince's birthday, and they had Fat Cat, Pappy Mason, Supreme. There's a picture that's been around for 30-something, 40 years that if you know the pic. And in the documentary, I don't know who the fuck had a video machine at that time, but they videoed that party and they made that pic come to life. So this pic I've been looking at for years. You actually seen you know, Melly Mel was rapping. And so what's crazy is the camera pans to the crowd and there's a young 15, 16-year-old LL Cool J standing in the crowd like a fan with his Kango on, looking 60 pounds, like in the crowd, like, and he was like, "Yo, that's me." And LL was on the documentary, and it was like, Nas was like, "You never seen this? Like, there's no way." And he was like, "Yo, you know what?" So LL, so honest, he said, "You know what? I've been to legendary parties, and whenever I seen that picture, I wonder, like, I know I was there, but I can't prove it, so I won't say it. But I knew I was there, but I couldn't say it." And then they showed the video of LL in the crowd.
Yo,
Then it was ill.
What is it on?
It was
What
ill.
platform is it on? I'm gonna
It's on
definitely
Showtime.
tap in with that. Hey, let me talk about you as a legendary rapper, businessman. You know what I'm saying? You do it all. Let me tell you, I hadn't seen you do a show in a minute. When I ran into you in Vegas, bruh, let me give you your flowers, man. You got so many hits that cats, it's almost like they relearning you. Like I'm sitting there going, oh, that's right. Oh, I must have said, 52 times, bro.
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Rocking
you know, I come up
from the beginning, Terror Squad, you and your man Pun. Like, I always thought that you was one of the coolest Puerto Rican niggas I ever seen in my life. Like, I don't know why. I swear to God. No,
that is a fact.